So I'm watching television and I saw this very famous chef opened a refrigerator and then he pulled out items at random and decided that he's going to make a dish. And I thought, if he can do it, so can I. And that's exactly what I did. I attempted to make a dish, as a matter of fact, two, based on items I found in the refrigerator, such as leftover noodle soup. This was in my refrigerator. This is something that was simply leftover, a packaged soup enhanced by my own thin spaghetti and seasoning. Another item was an egg, just one egg, the last of my pack of 6. And I decided, okay, I'm going to use leftover soup, this egg, and finally, I had some self-rising flour. So that's exactly what I did. These are the items that I'm going to be using to do my magic dish. For the sake of full disclosure, I did use some baking powder and some salt and pepper. So, on we go. I decided that I would use an egg, put an egg in a bowl and beat it up really well, adding some salt and pepper to it. Once I did that, I added the egg to the self-rising flour. Now, if you're going to do this and you don't have enough flour, I had about 1.5 cups of flour. Then you may add some flour, of course. Then I made the dough, and from the dough, this is where the fun began, because this dough was split in two. Half of the dough I used in an oven. I baked it in an oven, and the other half I used to make dumplings for my noodle soup. That's where the fun began. The noodle soup went into a pot to boil. In the meantime, I placed some biscuits on top of a bed of rice. Now the rice has no bearing on anything. It's just that I didn't want to place the biscuit directly onto the pan to bake. And in the oven, of course, it went for approximately 15, perhaps 20 minutes, maybe a little bit more, okay? And voila, this is what I had as far as the biscuits were concerned. Now, I must tell you, the biscuit did not turn out as well as I thought they should. I think the flaw in my thinking is that the biscuits were not seasoned well enough. That's my thinking. In the meantime, the dumplings were placed inside the pot with the noodle soup, which was allowed to boil. And then it cooked for an additional 15 minutes or so, maybe 20 minutes, because keep in mind, there's egg in this flour and it needs to be cooked. The dumplings turned out very, very, very well because they took on the flavor of the soup, which was already very well seasoned, you know me. In the soup, I had Scotch bonnet pepper in addition to my noodles and thyme, so it was seasoned very well. And the dumplings were very, very good. Keep in mind that if you try any of my recipes, you do so at your own risk. I offer them as entertainment, okay? I have fun doing them. I think it's a creative process, and I hope you have the same attitude towards cooking. Thank you very much. Did I tell you that I add some grated cheese on top of my soup? Boy, it was so good.